to challenge and change the motivation, mentality, and mettle of men. Today, I want to share with you a very powerful metal that many of us have heard, that we have seen cause some very destructive results in our world, that we can learn a valuable lesson for ourselves as men. I'm talking about none other than uranium. Uranium is the heaviest of all of the naturally occurring metals in our world. Under standard conditions, uranium is a hard silvery metal. It is malleable, but it's very dense and very heavy. Uranium is the 50th most abundant element in the Earth's crust. It can be found in very small traces in most rocks and in ocean water. Now, the main use of uranium today in our world is fuel for nuclear power plants. Nuclear plants generate power by causing a controlled fission chain reaction that uses uranium. This produces a huge amount of energy from a small amount of uranium, which should tell you just how powerful this metal is. If it doesn't, then bear in mind that just 1 kilogram of uranium can produce as much energy as 1,500 tons of coal, which you'll remember that coal was one of the primary elements that was used in the powering of locomotives back in the early 1900s and the late 1800s. So 1 kilogram of uranium is equal to 1,500 tons of coal. Now, uranium is also used by the military for special ammunition. Depleted uranium is used in bullets and larger projectiles to make them hard and dense enough to punch and pierce armored targets. It is also used to improve the metal armor used on tanks and other armored vehicles. Uranium was used to create the first atomic bomb back in World War II that we know was used to create massive, devastating destruction over in Japan. Now, plutonium, which is now used to make nuclear bombs, is a derivative of uranium. And uranium is not only dangerous because of its radioactivity, but it is also dangerous because it is chemically poisonous to humans. So just as it is critical to be cautious of the way that we handle and utilize uranium, it is equally as important for us to be mindful of how we handle and govern ourselves. And one of the ways that we do this is how we navigate our self-control. This is our ability to regulate and to alter our responses and to avoid undesirable behaviors in order to achieve our long-term goals. Now, research has shown that possessing self-control can be important to our health and our well-being. Psychologists typically define self-control as the ability to control behaviors, to avoid temptations, and to achieve goals, and to delay gratification while resisting unwanted behaviors and urges. One of the hardest things for us to do in life is tell ourselves no, especially when we live in a time where times can be really hard, where some of the things, the efforts that we make in life, some of the work that we do, we often encourage ourselves by rewarding ourselves, by rewarding and celebrating too often. That can prevent us from actually having the self-control that allows us to have future success and also to maintain our physical and mental health and well-being. So people use a variety of different terms when it comes to self-control, words like discipline, determination, grit, willpower, and fortitude. And self-control is one aspect of our executive function, which is our set of abilities that helps us to plan, monitor, and achieve our goals. So one of the important aspects of self-control is our belief system. We must believe that as we are denying ourselves that it is for a greater good. Even if it's not in this life, it is believing that it is for a greater good in the life to come for those of us who are spiritual. So just as it is so important to be mindful of the way that we utilize uranium because of the dangerous outcomes that can happen and some of the very powerful things that it can produce, the way that we utilize and govern our self-control is just as powerful. So we must make sure that we're mindful of it. Hey everyone, thank y'all so much for tuning into this Chosen Lifeline for Men. My name is Walter Jennings, your Chosen Life practitioner. Be sure to visit us on chosenlifespecialist.com. Book me for a session. I love to partner with you and hear about some of the ways that you are utilizing your self-control and partner with you in helping you to learn different strategies in order to gain a better sense of control in your life. My name is Walter Jennings, and I am here to challenge your motivation, mentality, and your mellow.